Hello and welcome to coverage of the TCGplayer MaxPoint Championship here from Indianapolis. I'm Marshall Sutcliffe in the booth with Frank Lepore, and we're in the final round of Swiss, round number 15 here. And we've got Mono Red from Richard Adams versus Raymond Perez Jr. with Abzan Midrange, and these players are playing for top 8. And you can see the game plan here for Adams.
This is a Titan Strength
firing
during
off
the
Titan
upkeep,
Strength on upkeep. Yep, he does not want a Monastery Swift Spear. He's going to get a Soldier token. And this is going to be a nice little hit of damage. 5 here.
Yeah, he wants this. I feel like he wants a second land here more than anything, because that allows him to keep applying pressure, put another creature on the board. And I think I saw a Titan Strength instead, so.
Second land here for Perez.
Not
already down to 15.
Not a very strong start. Yep, that's
wow.
Titan Strength. Makes another guy, so now we're looking at
what
one,
a beating. This is 6
damage.
6 damage. Another non-land card gets shipped to the bottom. Does he draw a land? No. Oh, he did.
He did. So we can play Monastery Swift Spear here, and that puts him really far ahead. Oh, just a Dragon Mantle for another guy.
It's still similar.
I might have saved that for next turn because the Dragon Mantle actually pumps the Swift Spear.
Did he not draw a card?
No, he drew the mountain.
No, he played a Dragon Mantle.
Oh.
You do get to draw a card off a Dragon Mantle. Can we double check that, Rashad? I didn't see it, but he might have.
He might have just gotten very.
I might have been looking for the token or something like that. No, he's only got 2 cards in his hand, so he does need to draw off Dragon Mantle. Well,
he's going.
This game
fast.
might just be over anyway. That's another token.
A very still had all these moment when you don't even have to draw
1, 2, 3,
off your
4,
Dragon
5,
Mantle.
6, 7, 8. It's actually lethal.
And a pump from.
Right, with the pump.
Yeah.
But I did not see him draw off the mantle, so maybe he got a little ahead of himself, but it probably won't matter here.
I've only seen 7. Are you seeing 8?
I am seeing 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, you're correct. It is 7.
So it goes to 1.
Yes.
That's still not great.
That is still basically it.
I mean, you're free to block with your Courser of Prefix this turn, but...
He can gain a life and go to 2, but he just ships a squad, and we're calling
I have
it good.
infinite 1/1s. That was a very fast game. Richard Adams probably feeling relatively comfortable about his odds here. Play a land tapped.
Richard mulliganed to 6, but it does not seem to have slowed him down.
No. And he has Stoke the Flames, so it's...
Yeah, the game is over.
Boop.
He's going to show him Stoke the Flames.
The old courtesy reveal.
Well, it's a courtesy reveal, but I don't think it's correct here. Like, your opponent's obviously going to make you cast it, right? And also you can just attack with all your things. Like this. Look, he's not even playing it. Okay. He's
interesting.
Well, either way, none of this really matters anyway. All right, that Fire Drink Crusader is going to tap for stoke you, and call it a game. I agree with Raymond there, though. Like, just because your opponent shows it to you doesn't mean that they get to not attack you or not.
Yeah,
you know,
show me how you're
going
to win. Like, maybe you'll mess up. Maybe, I mean, like, the odds of him messing up are slim, but there's no reason not to.
No, also, he showed him a Fire Drink Crusader. Now, Raymond Perez Jr. is going to assume that he's playing that card because he knows the list. But at the same time, like,
you never know.
People play all different types of weird stuff.
People play very weird brews.
So it's good to know. Plus
also, the
Monastery
Swift Spear, like, he just showed 3 extra cards. Instead of being like, upkeep, stoke you. So let's see. Oh, Raymond Perez's sideboard. Looks like we have 1 Thoughtseize, 1 Unravel the Aether, 1 Murderous Cut, 2 Nissa, 1 Liliana, 2 End Hostilities, 4 Drown in Sorrow, and 3 Bile Blights.
All right, so we got to the good stuff at the end there.
Yeah, I feel like the Bile Blights and the Drown in Sorrows are probably going to come in.
Absolutely.
End Hostilities might be a little too slow.
You know, that is interesting. I think the question with End Hostilities is just, are there cards in Raymond Perez's list that he just wants out? I would take End Hostilities in some scenarios.
Raymond has a Dune Blast in the main deck.
Like,
so
get those Thoughtseize out of there. Dune Blast comes out, but he does have 7 cards to bring in with 3 Bile Blight and 4 Drown in Sorrow, so probably not enough room.
I would probably take out the Elspeths. They're a little slow.
Yes.
So 3 Elspeths, 3 Thoughtseize.
So that's 6.
And probably the 1 Dune Blast.
7. Yeah, that seems good
Yep,
to me.
that would be. I mean, and then you
Yeah,
still get
Johnny's
Abzan
not great against him either. I could see wanting to get one of those out
Yeah,
for an end
I can-
hostilities.
Okay, I can
Maybe.
see that actually.
Yeah, I
or
don't
just
know.
Murder's Cut. Maybe.
Or the Murderous Cut. There you
Yeah.
go. Soren seems fantastic. Gives
Yeah,
you
the
a way
life
to
gain's
gain a
relevant.
bunch of life and get
If
back
you're
in the
able
game.
to play a Wingmate Rock, that's great. Obviously, Courser and Siege Rhino, just the life gain from those guys is fine. The problem is Richard's speed. Like the speed of this red deck is just by turn 3 we're attacking with 4 different creatures for 6 damage.
I'm glad this deck exists.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody's
like
playing
it's just an
Tri-lands and
unnecessary evil?
Scry-lands and like Pain lands and
Sliving up
Shock
mountains.
lands and like, you know, I just feel like there's got to be a check and balance on people just playing. Like,
Yeah.
when people build a deck, they're just like, well, do I want to scry or do I feel like gaining life? Or, you know, it's like, do I want a little more consistency? Do I want to play mana confluence just to make my mana good all the time? And like, there's got to be somebody out there punishing you for that.
Yeah,
you
some
know?
people just want to watch the world burn, you know?
Yeah, and Richard Adams watched a little part of it burn there in the first game.
Richard Adams is setting it on fire himself.
Yes, he is.
And if you guys are looking for more standard action or even modern, you can join us at Player Appreciation Weekend, Modern State Championships, the TCG Player Invitational on June 6th, which is also another $50,000 tournament. Store Championship Weekend and Standard State Championships all coming up next year. So be sure to mark your calendars for 2015 and get out there and play some Magic.
I'm going to take that advice to heart in about half an hour.
I like a good. We might start a little draft later.
A little drafto could be in the books.
I'm okay with that.
But first, we've got a top 8 to decide here, and it's getting kind of interesting down the stretch of this tournament. We've actually got 3 players on 34 match points, with only one on 36. Kind of a crazy scenario here.
Yeah, it's a very the point breakdown is very interesting, and it's kind of tricky. Like it leads us to not have a very good grasp on it. Like it's hard to figure out who's who's a lock, who can make top 8, who's top 16. Like I think it's anybody's game right now, and I think that's why a lot of these matches just have to play out. Like you can't just draw here, you know.
So that we're trying to make sure that there's no lip right here. So go ahead and
Okay, looks like
Oh no. The players are moving the playmat. Rashad's going to...
he's gonna get real mad.
Oh, he's going to get real mad. Huh, they actually seem to have laid it down pretty nicely here. Maybe we should hire those two. Richard Adams and Raymond Perez Jr.
being very gentle with it.
Wow. They don't realize how close they just came to...
The wrath of Rashad.
Yeah.
Rashad's wrath. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like Raymond Perez is on the...
What are the players in the other match doing?
We're just watching, just hanging out. A couple of buddies.
Oh, they called a judge?
Yeah, Raymond Perez has got to be glad about going first here, but that's not that great of an insurance policy against this mono red deck.
God, he'd take it right now, though, man. Anything you can get.
Yeah, you gotta grab those inches.
Yeah.
Plus, like if you're able to get a turn 3 Caryatid, or a turn 2 Caryatid into a turn 3 Courser, and then play a land off the top, like that's probably the best he can do.
I mean, maybe turn 3 Siege Rhino.
Okay, that'd be good too. Yeah.
You know, just a big hit of life gain and then a huge
something
blocker.
to gain some life.
Interestingly, where's Richard Adams' list? Do you have it over there? Yeah, look at his sideboard. Does he have any way to steal a creature for a turn?
He doesn't, surprisingly. He has
Okay.
1 Hall of Triumph, 2 Magma Sprite, 4 Searing Blood, 2 Lightning Strike, 2 Phyrexian Revoker, and 4 Eidolon of the Great Revel.
Oh, not that Eidolon
I
again.
wonder if Eidolon's coming in here.
The last time we had this deck in the feature match here, it was
brutal.
insane.
Let's see what else he has. Let's see if he has anything unique in here. He has 1 Mogus's Warhound, which is interesting. He does have 1 Hall of Triumph in the main deck.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
That's like his overrun?
Yeah, I guess that's like you're just buff my guys and alpha. 4 Hammerhand, 4 Fire Drinker. Yeah, everything else is pretty standard. For a Dragon Mantle, 2 Lightning Strike, 3 Frenzied Goblin, and 2 Hordling Outburst. I don't know if I've seen the Hordling Outburst in the mono red list. I mean, it's 3 guys. That's a good amount, and it pumps your Monastery Swift Spear. So
probably not cheat with. Okay,
definitely valuable. And Hall of Triumph is color, so you can just name red and they're 2/2s. unlike Obelisk of Erd, which requires you to name a type.
I was about to. Okay, I was about to say like if I were to try to cheat, I wouldn't cheat with your deck, but like that doesn't make sense.
This is some very delicate shuffling
That
we're doing
really
here.
bad.
It really does.
I think you just don't cheat, right?
Right, right.
All right, so
I mean, like, you just don't do it though.
No.
what are we? Are we waiting on the judge?
Yeah.
Do they know they can play Rashad?
I could really agree with you.
I'd rather play.
All right.
They can get underway here, yeah. Like from our perspective.
Here's a smiley face for you. It turns into a frowny face.
Oh man, he went with a smiley face with the nose.
Yeah, that's how the 7th card goes.
Most people don't do the nose. It's a smaller smile, but
Do they just do a five card mouth?
2 eyes. Oh, 5 card mouth? Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless of course you mulligan.
Oh, then it just gets smaller and
Then
smaller.
it's just noseless, yeah. All right, so he's kept.
Yeah.
I don't think they know they can play Rashad. It feels like they're sitting there. All right, we have given them word. The coast is clear. Now, how fast of a start can Richard Adams get off to here? What's the one drop of choice? Is it another Crusader? No, it's a Fire Drink
Crusader.
All right,
Not a Crusader, but a Fire Drink Crusader.
that is acceptable.
That's some fat rhymes there.
They don't have to pay extra for those, do they?
No, those are free.
All right.
So I assume a Caryatid's coming down. That's the only reason you're going to crack this thing on turn 2. Unless he's doing an end of turn in order to draw something. Nope, Caryatid. Yep, as right on time.
And we saw, we saw a little misstep.
A mental misstep?
Not that little of a misstep. We saw a mistake yesterday where somebody blocked a Fire Drink Crusader.
Yes,
with
and
the
they forgot
Caryatid.
that it could be pumped. The
Right.
pumping is not a very common ability.
It doesn't happen
it's not
that
often. You're pumping.
No, but it does happen.
Yeah, and especially when you block with your Caryatid.
Right. So what is the play here? Is he actually going to
Still one
make a
up.
token? Like, I feel like you want to attack with your Fire Drink Crusader unless you're setting up some huge attack here, but isn't the most damage he can realistically get in this turn? Ooh.
But you tapped a
Now
mana
you just,
already.
I mean, now he can represent Titan Strength. So he can get away with it because he didn't tap that second mana, but I think I like just attacking first.
Yeah, I feel like that was. There's no reason to play a Chrome Crusader pre-combat if you're not going to actually.
You could
like,
represent
make a
the pump
token.
where you just guarantee that they won't block.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't have the Titan Strength and if they get Brave or whatever.
This is a Drown in Sorrow. Drown in Sorrow would be amazing right here. But it doesn't look like I see a Sorin, a Siege Rhino. Could
He
be a
doesn't
Siege
have it?
Rhino.
All right, so we talked about this play, though, Frank. Turn 3 Siege
Yeah,
Rhino.
I mean, it still holds down the fort. But Hammerhand from Richard Adams is going to be a lot of damage.
It is going to be a bunch. Looks like it's going to be 6 or maybe even 7 if he wants to pump the Satyr. And that's not even including any other cards that he might have.
So
Oh, no, a Swift Spear as
wow.
well?
This is going to be a real good. He also has Dragon's Mantle, so you can put a Hammerhand on one Crusader, Dragon's Mantle on another. The Swift Spear goes up to a 3/4, and he has 2 extra tokens. This is actually going to be a real pivotal.
Well, this is huge. Trigger. That thing can't block.
Dragon's Mantle.
Dragon Mantle on. Make sure that trigger happens.
Let's make sure we're clear.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
You're doing
man.
good. Now we need
Make
2
another
soldiers. There we go.
3,
Soldier.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 10 damage.
Wow.
That's a ridiculous amount.
What a beating.
And even if you block next turn, what do you like? You're still taking a lot.
God, this deck is insane. That's 10?
It's just very surprisingly. Yeah, 3 from the Swift
This is
Spear.
turn 3.
Yeah. And this is after he gained 3 life already. He's at 10. He'd be
Wow.
at 7. He'd be 7 life right now. That's a ridiculous amount of damage. And he still has 2 cards in hand.
All right, Raymond Perez Jr., what do you got for us, buddy? You need something pretty
Oh,
impressive.
Soren's pretty good. It gives you the life link.
Yes, and remember, it also will count on the Caryatid.
But you might have to like, yeah, it actually makes the carry out at a 1/3 with lifelink, and you actually might have to attack with the Rhino though, because there's no guarantee it can block.
For sure, you have to attack with the Rhino.
Okay, no Soren. Oh, Bile Blight's good.
Bile Blight will take out both
that
of
is on the top of
Crone
the
Crusaders,
deck.
but he's got to be alive to be able to do that.
He does have to be alive.
He's going to gain one more life from this Windswept Teeth. And he just has to shift the turn
I
back.
don't know what Richard has in hand, but depending on
Doesn't need a lot.
what it is, like,
I mean, there's only 2 blockers total, let alone any hammer hand shenanigans or anything like that.
I think I see a Mountain and a Foundry Street Denizen.
How many cards? 3.
So there's a Mountain. Hammerhand would be good here.
Hammerhand might, I think, would just be game, right?
I'd have 2 blockers, but
But he'd only have 1 left.
I think the last card in his hand is a Stoke the Flames.
So he should be able to set up a win here, maybe?
I would be tempted to just Stoke the Flames, the
Courser here?
yeah, the Courser, and then get in with everyone.
So you tap down your Foundry Street Denizen and your
And the
3
3
lands,
mana.
kill it, and then ship the team. You lose whatever.
He probably blocks the 2/2 of Crone Crusaders, who would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He would take 7 and go to 4.
And he would be down a Courser.
Yeah. So he would have Siege Rhino and a Carrington in play.
Yeah, because right now Ray's trying to set up for Soren, I think, so that he can get in there for 5, 6, 7, 8, and gain 8 life, and then also have the carry added back with a +1/+0 and lifelink. I mean, I think he might be on the Frank Lepore plan here. Yeah,
Interesting.
he likes your play.
Just kill that guy.
All right, man down.
So he knows Bile Blight's on top as well.
Right, so he
And
doesn't
that's
have
a
time
trigger
to
on the
fuss
Monastery
around
Swift
here.
Spear.
And he
But if
figured
he-
it out.
If he Bile Blights, he can't play Soren.
So what does he kill here? The Swift Spear? That's 2 damage that he can prevent. And remember, with the Bile Blight, can take out either both soldiers or both of the...
Oh, and actually he can
Crone
play
Crusaders.
both because he has 5 mana now, and he can play the Windswept Teeth in his hand, I believe.
What was the other card?
I think his hand is Soren, Windswept Teeth, and something else.
Okay, and he wants to play
Looks
Bile
like maybe
Blight and
Hero's
Soren
Downfall.
here.
I
Okay,
imagine that would
drops
be
down to
ideal for
4.
him.
He's going to have to crack that Windswept Teeth, though.
That's
Do
true.
you think he should have cracked it? He needed that Bile Blight,
Oh, and the other
right?
card is a Mana Confluence. Well, that's not going to hurt him because he has Urborg in play, so that's fine.
Okay.
But that Windswept, well, he can also tap the Windswept Teeth for Urborg mana.
He can tap it for Urborg mana, but does he need white, like actual white, for Soren?
He has Carried, so that should be.
Yeah.
But he has to cast that during main phase. Whereas ideally he'd want to keep Carried up to block and then cast Bile Blight after blockers.
And he needs to take a damage to do that?
Yeah.
He might just need to take a damage to do that.
Yeah.
then.
Now he's just saying no blocks from Carried.
Okay.
That's bold.
That's a big swing.
Now he has 1 blocker.
Okay.
He's probably
tapped
like,
it
"Do
for
you
a
take a damage?"
swamp,
And I'm
yeah.
like, no, I got Urborg.
So swamp, swamp, swamp. Carry added for white, so he's fine. Also, Richard Adams is hellbent, so he doesn't have any. He's not, doesn't have any burn spells like waiting in hand. Maybe on top of his library, but
Yeah, there's like, I don't even think he can attack with Siege Rhino. Because
just
he
gonna
goes
have to
up
leave it
9
back.
and then he's dead.
yeah, you might be right. That's not that bad though, because Richard Adams has to find like a hammer hand or whatever to actually get him. Then
Well, here's the other thing. Like Bile Blight is good. If he targets the Crone Crusaders with Bile Blight, then Richard actually only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base power on board.
and
so
he'll have a 5-power lifelinker to block with.
Yeah.
God, you ought to wonder if he should have gone to 3 here, left back to carry added as a
Just
as a
a blocker.
1-powered blocker.
Yeah, I mean, can the carry added prevent more damage than the
Yes.
than the 1 point would have dealt?
Absolutely, like he can get in front of the Fire Drink Crusader, gain him a life, prevent 2 to 3 life,
Yeah.
3 to 4 life, I should say. I
yeah,
think he's
as,
stuck
as
with
a
this line
1/3,
now,
it's
though.
much more impressive
Yeah,
because you're just gaining the life back actually.
right,
And since it has Hexproof, like there's no risk that he draws a Hammer Hand or something.
exactly. And he can tap it for black and tap anything else for black.
I'm
And
trying
I
to feel like
think
the
he could be
best
set up.
card. Oh, he's just gonna Violate.
Yeah, this makes sense. He doesn't want to let him get any more tokens.
Yeah, like no tricks like Titan Strength or.
Right. So he is actually alive here, but the board has to stay roughly the same way. Like if Richard Adams draws,
Hammer Hand.
yeah, but if he draws like a mountain, or say a Foundry Street Denizen or something
yeah,
like
that's
that,
just bad.
then then Perez is okay, because he gets to block, gain 5, go to 9. He's not taking 9 from those from 3 other creatures. So, but this is the slimmest of margins
The
for
funny thing
Raymond.
is, even if Richard Adams draws Coordinated Assault, he could still win the game.
and he's going to pass the turn,
He just targets 2 unblocked creatures.
and they get first strike.
Yeah, and
you're
then
right.
deals 2. There's a
All right,
monster
it's a Swift Spear. That's not
gonna do
going
it.
to do it here. Wow, this is going to be super close.
So he blocks 2.
He
He takes 1, 2, 3, 4. He breaks even almost. Yeah, he breaks.
yeah,
even.
like he
just goes
blocks
after
a Fire Drink Crusader in this case, and then he takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and
Yep.
he gains 5. So he just loses a
Breaks
Satyr.
even.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just a wash for Raymond there.
So Richard has no incentive to attack because it's not a wash for Richard.
Right.
Yeah, he loses a creature. So, okay, so Raymond Perez can breathe a sigh of relief that he gets an untap step here. I mean,
What's
that's a huge deal.
2 Heroes Downfalls in his hand right now?
If that's the case, then he is in great shape.
Yeah, that's actually real strong.
And then all he has to do is fade, and this is why he's worried about him trying to stoke the flames, and now he's going to attack with his Siege Rhino after plussing Sorin to get himself out of that range because he knows he can just kill 2 things at instant speed and block.
Yeah, and it makes...
That's a hammer hand.
Oh, that's...
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, if that was his draw last turn, he just wins the game.
But it is instead 1 turn perhaps too late here. And now Hammer Hand is basically garbage. Like, it's just
Especially with the 2 downfalls.
it's just going to get something killed. Like, he might as well put it on a soldier. Like, it doesn't help anything else out. And if Raymond,
Oh, yeah,
see, I don't like doing
That's
that.
You're putting on your best creature
Yeah,
and just now it's
yeah, I
down.
think maybe the Satyr might be his best, but I know what you're saying. Yeah,
That's an eggs in one in the one basket.
Eggs basket 1.
Eggs basket 1.
Yeah, he does get to attack, but even this attack is not very good for him here.
No.
I don't even know if he should attack here, to be honest.
He's like, let me check this out. Okay, well,
Yeah, not even a little.
Sorin ticking up is really just gaining big chunks of life for Ray. That's all that's doing. But it's huge. It matters in a big way.
We're going to go to.
yeah, that's not good. I
This attack is not going to work out
you
well
almost
for him.
Raymond almost breaks even with the damage and life gain from someone carrying.
Yeah, he gets to block the Foundry Street Denizen and just eat it.
takes 4, gains 1.
And now he can just kill that too, right? Didn't he have the Hero's
That's the
Downfall?
second Hero's Downfall.
Or what happened to the Bile Blight? He already used that on the other
Prone
ones, right?
Crusaders,
Sorry,
yeah.
just forgot for a sec. All right, so just a savage beating here now from Raymond Perez, who gets to now plus. He only lost 1 life on that transaction, but killed multiple creatures. And what is this? Another carry added. He's smart to play it first. Now it gets the bonus from Sorin until the end of the next turn, until the beginning of his next turn. I should
Siege
say.
Rhino's gaining him 5 life a turn.
Yes, and also killing Richard Adams very quickly.
there's just no card.
I don't
Richard
think
can
there's
draw
any
right now.
card in the whole deck that could kill him now.
Which is funny because he had a very aggressive, very explosive start.
Yeah, but like that last attack was really suspect. Not that it was really going well for him anyway.
Yeah,
Right,
that-
like if he
right.
doesn't attack, it's not like, well, he would have won.
Right, it's not like he did anything wrong there. It's just
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was right or wrong, but like I said, like he's dying to that Rhino anyway.
oh yeah. Oh, we're talking about the Raymond Perez attack where he didn't attack. With the
No,
Rhino.
I meant from Richard when he
Okay.
attacked into the Caryatid there.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that at all.
I didn't like it, but at the same time, like he has nothing going.
Yeah, so it's
You know, he's still losing to that Rhino the next turn, whether he attacks or not. So, all right, let's get a game 3.
that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming. I thought, based on that start from Richard Adams, I thought he had that game.
It looked like he was in the driver's seat, and it didn't work out for him. Now,
Apparently, Sorin is a heck of a planeswalker.
indeed. One thing to consider here, Frank, player draw. I mean, if Richard's
Yes.
on the play that game, he wins.
Yeah.
Raymond needed that 1 turn.
And Richard's on the play this game, which
Yeah.
has got to be huge for him. And we were talking about this earlier. I'm not sure. I haven't seen enough data, but I'm wondering if this is a format that just heavily favors the player who plays first.
Yeah, I'm not sure about for the format as a whole. I'd have to like think about it pretty hard, but I know this mono red deck would go first every single time
Oh,
if
yeah.
it could, and its percentage goes up a lot.
Oh yeah, because you're just able. There's so many haste creatures in the deck as well. So like, it's basically like you're getting a free turn of attacks.
Right.
You know, it's like when a round goes to time. It's basically like the person who has the first, third, and fifth turns are slightly advantaged over the person who has 2 and 4 because you're getting a whole extra turn.
Not a college.
So
Like I,
Yeah, it helps you plan things out, work better.
I'm just like I just want to go do stuff. I want to play Magic and like water.
this is round 15. This is the last round of the day.
What are you going to college for?
General studies. I am literally just
It's
going
barely
to see how far I can go in.
3 o'clock right now.
Like I just want
And if you guys are making your way out to any TCGplayer MaxPoint events, including any of the ones here in the Indiana Convention Center today, you can pick up your own Conley Woods, Mike Flores tokens. They're the latest in the line of author tokens from TCGplayer. Myself, Melissa DeTora, Cassidy Silver, and Raphael Levy have also had their tokens. So if you guys are looking for some sweet tokens, vampires or zombies for your Sorens or Empty the Pits or Sadisis, play any MaxPoint events, and they're handing them out. So
You're a soldier.
I'm a soldier.
What's Melissa?
Melissa is a 4/4 angel.
Obviously.
Yeah, like we wanted to pick tokens that would actually see play. So for me, it was a 1/1, especially because Elspeth was around at that time. I'm trying to think who the other author was that was like, it was me and someone else. It's just I can't even think of it right now. Raphael Levy is an elemental token from Master of Waves.
So he's an 0-1?
Yeah, he's an 0/1 or a 1/0.
Excuse me, a 1-0?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That is, yeah. It's like, and my big concern with that was like, I don't know how much that's going to see play outside of Master of Waves. You know, like that's a very unique token.
I think that's the only one that it's. That's the only card that makes it, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the only 1/0 token in the game. At least I think. Someone will probably chime in and be like, no, actually this card makes 1/0s, and I'll
Yeah,
be like, okay.
I think I'd take the under. Yeah, I don't think there's any other.
Yeah, I
1/0s
don't think so either. And then we had Cassidy Silver, who is our commander author. He's a beast token. He's a 3/3 beast. Adam Yurchek was a pack rat token.
Okay.
That's a cool one.
Craig Westco was an elemental. He's a Voice of Resurgence token.
Mm.
So a green and white elemental.
He's a star.
He's a star. In multiple ways.
You know, I will note here that you guys did not actually put the word on it, so you could use these for any
Yeah,
2/2s
it's
that
just
you
a 2/2.
wanted.
It doesn't
for
say
example.
beast. It doesn't
Yeah,
say
like these
soldier.
could be wolves.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously you can tell by looking at the art what they're meant to
Obviously.
be. But I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that,
I like
if
that
I
too,
was
actually.
using my maybe my Garrick
So if your Garrick makes 2/2s, you can just use a Conley or a Mike Flores token.
or
and
both,
No big deal.
and I would totally use both.
And they're just representing 2/2s, you know.
Right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But at the same time, since the artwork is so specific, it's like obviously
It's
a zombie.
implied. Yeah.
I like that.
It's implied, but we won't force you to use it for that specific type. So.
All right, opening hand time for these players. We got a one-lander.
Actually, with double Fire Dream Crusader and Dragon Mantle and Titan Strength, I feel like you can keep that one-lander pretty easily.
You're running that one. He does have his real expensive spells in hand, though.
He does have 2 3-drops.
Yeah,
which are his
Outburst,
real
yeah.
expensive spells, ironically. It's Hall. Yeah.
Oh.
That's Hall of Triumph, which, wow, he didn't keep that hand. On the play.
No. I'm going to trust Richard Adams here, but from what I've seen of this deck.
I don't know. I think I could have kept. You go turn 1 Fire Dream Crusader. Turn 2, you can put a mantle on that guy.
Yes, and it's not dying.
Yeah, and you've drawn 2 cards. If you draw another land, you get a second Fire Dream Crusader.
Yeah.
I think that hand is
and
fine.
and you're one land away from hitting Horling Outburst, which is fantastic with Hall.
Or you can do Richard's favorite play, like turn 1 Fire Dream Crusader, turn 2 during your upkeep, Titan Strength, and then you get to scry. And if you don't hit a land, you deal 5 next turn. Or that turn. Yeah, I would have definitely kept that hand. That is a crazy mulligan.
Yeah, I mean, it's my understanding that this deck is happy on 2 and can operate on 1.
Yeah. Well, definitely, you saw it. Like, it definitely looked like he had some game going there with 1 land. And this hand, let's say he wants 2 lands, so he's going to have 4 spells. And
God, Fire Dream Crusader seems good, too. Like,
he had 2 of them.
Carry Added is like the worst thing that he can play, and you can just bash right through it,
like
regardless of other cards.
You don't want to block with a Carry Added when he has 2 mana up.
Right, all you got to do is hit 1 extra mana, and you get like 3 to 4 draw steps to do it.
Yeah.
I think I would keep that one.
No, I would have kept it. Well,
also, the allure of Horling Outburst plus Hall of Triumph is awesome.
Oh, yeah, you have your 2 cards that are both, one's a 2 of, one's a 1 of, and you have them together, both of which go really well together.
They're like your 2 most powerful spells. Maybe not most efficient, but
yeah, but I mean, like
as raw power goes.
Yeah, as far as raw power, like I think they're the cards that are seeing play in other decks as well because of their power level. So let's see if he can. Oh man, my concern is that he just goes to he has to go to 5 here because the 6 isn't good enough, and then it's just a downward spiral. All right,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Raymond Perez Jr. has kept his hand.
All right, see a land and 2 1-drops.
That's only a one-lander
It's,
again, but how do
yeah.
you not keep this?
No, you got to keep it, but I would like, I mean,
He's
you
got the
literally
Titan
just gave him a
strength play you
card.
talked about.
So Spear. Oh, the Chrome Crusader.
Yeah, he's going to get to
Okay.
upkeep, fire that off too, while Raymond Perez dirtles around with tap lands or whatever.
And honestly, I feel like this could be the same game, but with Richard Adams on the play, which gives him that extra turn he would have needed last game. And
Upkeep.
100%.
5U. God, that's so powerful.
That's real good with 2 bodies on the board.
Yeah, and making exactly.
No, don't want that guy.
He doesn't want that. Okay, really wants to find a land here. Doesn't find it. He finds a Frenzy Goblin. Meanwhile,
Go to
bang.
15. And do we have a carry added? I believe we do for Raymond Perez. A fine gentleman doing some good blocks here.
Absolutely, at least preventing 1 damage somewhere.
Or he's just tempted to Bile Blight. Just get
that
rid
is
of Chrome Crusader
that
right
is a
now.
really interesting play. If the best thing he could do last turn was Titan Strength,
Yeah.
maybe you just take the legs out from under him, leave him with just a token,
You know he
and
missed the
what's the
land drop.
worst thing that can happen?
With 1 mana.
Yeah, like he's going to play a Fire Drink Crusader.
Oh, no, he just decided to
Now,
play.
we don't know what else he has in his hand, so he might be lining up for a play, but I can definitely see why he would consider just Bile Blighting there.
And if this is a land, it could be it was a land.
It was a land.
I think that might be a great opening for Raymond Perez, or for Richard Adams here.
Oh, man. Remember, these players are playing for top 8 here.
I agree. I agree
This
with
is a
that factual statement you made.
This is a huge, huge one.
I feel like it's... what's the play here?
Well, let's see what he starts with.
I like that.
Okay. Foundry Street Denizen.
So it looks like Hammerhand, Frenzied Goblin, and Coordinated Assault are the cards in hand.
I think, don't you just build out? Like, you hit him for 1 here, you play Frenzy Goblin for whatever he might block with. Yeah, I think this makes sense to me.
Yeah, that seems fine.
This lines up the Coordinated Assault to be a big game next turn, a bigger game than it would be
You
now.
definitely want to keep your Hammerhand. And the Coordinated
Yes.
Assault is not only great because it triggers the Chrome Crusader, it also, when the Chrome Crusader triggers, that also triggers the Foundry Street Denizen. So it's kind of like a domino effect.
Oh, wow. That is brutal.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Raymond Perez Jr., there's
All these-
4 different
All
cards.
these creatures have different names.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, you can Bile Blight, but that's going to be your turn, and it's going to actually kill 1 guy.
So are we going to see a turn 3 Siege Rhino here from Ray?
Oh, that would be real great for Richard Adams, I'll tell you that.
Because he can make that not be able to block and
Yeah,
get in
he
for
doesn't
1
even have
big
to
hit.
waste Hammerhand here. He would just actually just Frenzied Goblin it.
No land yet for Raymond Perez. Ooh, it's a tap land.
Tap land. It looks like I see a Wingmate Rock in this hand.
So he
Right
may
in the
need
front.
to... he may decide just to leave Bile Blight up, because that does blank Hammerhand.
Yeah, and you know when you're...
He's not going to get to block either way, right?
Yeah.
Like, the Frenzy Goblin will be able to do that, and then if he happens to have a Hammerhand as well, you know, extra.
You just get value. Yeah, you just get extra value out of it because
All
you
right.
can kill the creature in response.
Finally, there's a bad draw for Richard Adams. He finds a mountain. I don't think he really wants a mountain here. It does let him just empty his hand, but I don't think that's necessarily the game plan at this point. He's
A
got
third
Coordinated
land?
Assault.
What a terrible
Yeah, he's
draw.
flooding.
It's very fun.
Flooding very
He's
hard.
Flooding hard when he's got like 3 lands.
Yeah.
He's like, unbelievable. I threw 3 lands that whole game. I only need 2.
Okay, Hammerhand. That thing's... But see, now he's targeted it.
Right, so it's that guy's dead.
He's getting
Oh
the
yeah,
thing
but the
anyway.
benefit is the tricky part about Heroic is that all you have to do is target the spell.
Correct.
It doesn't have to resolve.
Right. And he's actually going to get another one here, too, if
Yeah.
he wants.
So I mean, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't here, because Raymond Perez can target the tokens, and it leaves him still free to make more.
Yeah, I think,
Or he can
but I
target
think
the
the
Crusader.
tokens is the play here. I think you target the tokens.
And he can still actually the thing is, he still has Coordinated Assault, which
Yes.
is also huge.
It's huge.
Because if that someone carry added tries to block the Foundry Street Denizen, Richard Adams just makes another guy. And
So I think Ray was asking, how big is the Denizen?
I'd be like 2-1. I have no way to make it any bigger. We are in combat where creatures do not come into the battlefield.
No.
The Denizen's going to be big. You can target it. So what Ray's doing is trying to figure out how to maximize this bio.
Oh, you definitely you coordinate assault here 100% because then it forces him to kill the Akron Crusader if he wants to keep his Bile Blight or keep his Caryatid. But it pumps the Denizen. It adds another 1 power from the coordinated assault. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be 7 damage. So Raymond Perez would actually go to. Oh, and it would also make 1 more token. Yeah, that's definitely right. You just want to target one of the crappy.
He makes
tokens.
a token, but that one obviously can't. I don't know what he's doing.
He's getting real aggressive about which token.
Yeah, easy there, buddy. Okay, there's Bile Blight to kill that. But he gets a token. He gets another trigger on Foundry Street Denizen.
So
that
he takes 1,
token
2,
can't attack
3, 4,
here.
5,
3, 4,
6,
5, 6.
7. Well, 7 because of the plus
and
1
7
from
the
coordinate.
coordinators.
So puts him down to 7.
So a productive turn for Adams, who's now out of gas. He's got a mountain in his
Plus
hand.
that Frenzied Goblin makes his attacks very good.
Yes, it does. Raymond Perez Jr. is way up against the ropes here. If he can find something like a Siege Rhino here, that could help out a lot.
There's a Sorin.
There's a Sorin. That's a good start, but he needs a body. He needs to find a body. Like a Siege Rhino here, I think would set him up. Because Siege Rhino would put him up to 10, where it's very unlikely for him to just outright die the next turn, and then he can run the same play he made last time where he's like Sorin attack.
Yeah.
You know, and he can just offset everything that
You need
Richard
to set up
Adams
a board
is
to
doing.
take advantage of Sorin. You can't just like have the Sorin by itself. He just passed the turn?
Did he? I thought he had a Siege Rhino.
No, I did not see a Siege Rhino. I saw Sorin.
And okay, so you saw a Sorin, a Wingmate Rock, and something else.
You might have just a removal spell?
Must be. He can cast Wingmate Rock.
Denizen seems
doesn't
fine.
do much
Play a
here. In
Denizen,
fact, does
pump
he
the other
die to it?
Denizen.
Is Denizen a card? Denizen. It's going to pump the Denizen. That's going to get blocked by Caryatid here, though.
Yep, but then he takes 4, goes down to 3.
But he needs another Bile Blight or something here.
And he has it.
He has the
That's
Bile Blight.
pretty epic.
Wow. Wait a minute.
Wait, hold on. Everything is done.
Holy smokes. And the Foundry Street Denizen was pre-combat, so
Yeah.
it's going to die too.
That's real good.
And that's game, kids.
And he does have a Siege Rhino in hand.
And he does
he
have a
chose
Siege
not to
Rhino.
play it.
Because he could play 2 removal spells.
Oh, look at the graveyard of Raymond Perez
What
Jr.
a sick draw
3
for
Bile
Ray.
Blights. And Richards is like,
That's game.
well, he had to have 3 Bile Blights, I
Like,
guess.
the Siege Rhino's going to put him at 9. And even running Stoke the Flames doesn't save him.
Because then he gets Sorin time.
Are they just
So-
talking a lot, Rashad? I see a lot of conversation hands going on. Just yakety. All right. Because I can't hear myself, but yeah, they're just going off.
8 to 17. And next turn he gets to just drop Sorin.
And this is where Richard's deck gets embarrassing.
No blocks from the Rhino.
He is very animated.
Yes, very deliberate pointings.
I think if I was in Ray's seat, I'd be pretty happy about where I'm at right
I'd
now.
be like, I'll
and,
take 1. Sorin,
Looking to finish off
5U.
the mono red list here.
And hostilities in hand. He did bring that in. We were wondering about that earlier.
Yeah, I mean, we were thinking it wasn't ideal for this matchup, but probably better than something else like an Ajani or whatever.
Oh God, no!
But I mean, I think there's little doubt that Sorin's coming down. It's going to plus the team. It makes Sylvan Caryatid a great blocker.
Take 5, go to 11, and this game
11
is
to 12.
done.
That's very close.
This is just done.
The gap has been cleared.
Yeah, remember the Caryatid can now block the Frenzy Goblin and eat it
Yeah, it's going to be
and
delicious.
gain a life. Yeah.
Okay, I had it.
He's like, I gained 5 life. Oh.
Is there some confusion here? That is a Siege Rhino. It is attacking.
It has lifelink and +1/+0.
Also has not been blocked.
Scum!
My bad.
All right. Good. Raymond Perez Jr. looks like he's good to go for top 8 here. I cannot imagine a sequence of cards that Richard Adams could possibly draw to get himself out of this mess. He's not running anything like a Harness by Force or whatever, so that's not going to do it.
Yeah, and this is the one problem I've always had with red decks like this. Like, you have very explosive starts, but you run out of gas very easily.
I mean, that's the downside to playing a deck like this.
Yeah, you have to hope that the cards you've drawn are a perfect amount. No blocks for your Siege Rhino.
Well, doesn't Ray just snap off the Frenzied Goblin here?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
So take 1, gain 1, break
Take
even.
1, gain 1, and this thing dies.
like,
that is not a
lifelink
productive
and plus-
attack. Yeah, I think
that was-
Richard
yeah.
Adams has had enough after that.
All right.
gives him the super hard handshake.
Man,
but
that was
Raymond
the-
Perez is going to be in our top 8. It